Happy Sunday, everyone. We are setting the intentions for the week and for the next few weeks with the moon in Pisces, sun in Pisces. So I've been in this perfectionist mentality with my Virgo ascendant where at times speeding up, I'm losing track of my product, aka my service, aka communicating and vocalizing, in real time. We are all sharing the space of real time via the moon transits and what sign the moon is in. So this live is going to be covering, I call it the trilogy. Previously I did the previous trilogy via the Scorpio, Sagittarius, and moon in Capricorn transit. So you could call that potentially like the fall into the winter transition trilogy. But yeah, so really this is my part 2 to my trilogy series of, I call it the fates, the past, the present, the future, because when you look in the past, your sight is always 20/20 vision. So that's where we're catching up. But before we get into all that, let me set my intent with this coffee. You can set it with me for the Pisces new moon. You can clap, stomp your feet, rub your hands, get some friction going, pop lock it. I don't know if I pop lock, So we're setting our intentions. I'm setting mine this tea, sipping from this tea, this seasoned water, we like to call it. So intention for this live, communicating and servicing these souls, these lost souls, or overly aware souls, bringing the energy to appease, channeling these energies that are coming through us, the energy of servitude, the energy of gratitude, the energy of gratefulness, the energy of this karmic potential, chaotic energy, the energy of, capturing these energies, attention, awareness, sharing this energy, awareness, investing this energy and awareness, investing this attention, investing in this attention and how it is received and how it's perceived into this tea, my seasoned water, my ancient water, my medication, the healing elixir, the fluidity throughout my body, the warm combination of emotions and feelings, sentiments, emotions and feelings, charged particles, thunderous applause of energies, raising these vibrations to the heightened frequency, to 5th dimension, 6th dimension, 7th dimension, 9th dimension, and beyond, ascending, transcending, and transmuting, from the spaces that we are emotionally in these depths, whether we are tied to our phones and everyone where we are wrapped up in chaos, wrapped up in perfectionism, wrapped up in the dreams and illusions, wrapped up against not going with the flow, wrapped up in being too strict, wrapped up in other people's imaginations or projections of their imagery upon ourselves. We are protected, we are nullified, we are protected, we are nullified this energy. We speak truth, honesty, we speak truth and honesty. Our throat chakras are unblocked. Our heart chakras are unblocked. Our solar plexus is unblocked. Our sacral plexus, sacral chakra unblocked. Our root is unblocked. And it plays all this energy. With love. Release even all the negativity. Release even all the negativity. Release even all the negativity. And let it flow into this tea. Let it be transmuted into this tea. Into these waters. To be transmuted into a positive energy, into a positive state, into a positive space, into a positive and flexible form. Into a positive, flexible form that can be consumed and released and transmuted and nourished within ourselves. And with this energy, with this energy. We charge this Pegasus wand. I've been waiting to charge this wand. I've been waiting to charge this baby for real, for real. And it's cold. It's ice cold with that crystallized energy, with that potential kinetic energy. It's ice cold. I haven't even cleansed it. Let me cleanse it. Let me cleanse it and charge this wand from the cellar. Charging my crystal wand. I see the love. I see the hearts. I see the love. We got a great topic. We got a great topic today, y'all. I just like getting to know my people, getting to warm up with my people. Wherever you are, whoever you are, warming up with the energies you surround yourself with. What energies do you allow? Because I don't know you on a personal level. I really know your energy. I really know your frequency, because the frequency is what's coming through the internet. Our frequency is what's coming through the internet. Your attention, your intention. What you pay attention to is what you consume. I got a little birdie that's eating off my bird feeder. I don't never see any birds eating off my bird feeder right now. That's such a fucking, hey, Ashe. Little birds eating on my bird feeder, for real. Hey, Ashe, God is with us. God is with us. All possibilities, all expansion and contraction, experiences and internalizing, death and rebirth, shadow, not the yin and yang, no, not that, but the all. Expansion and contraction in all forms. That's the sign to begin. I cleanse this. You see the backdrop. Time to take it inside. It is cold out here. Let's drink from the tea. It's cold out here. Let's take this indoors. While we do that, I'm gonna see who joined. Unconscious Ham Bone Hill. I like that name. I got a good topic for y'all. I call this the trilogy because my Virgo ascendant, I've been transmuting the energy of giving real time transit moon real time, but hindsight is always 20/20 vision. So hindsight is always 20/20 vision. So that's this perspective now, and doing the present and doing the energies that they're going to be transitioning into. May all negative energy be returned to sender. Right above my head. Didn't plan on that. Let's begin. Share this, like it, Oh! We left off on the Capricorn and Pisces transit. Moon in Capricorn, Moon being at work, gaining the experience of its emotions being put to use, being practicalized, being the emotions are being cared about in the form of a product and what's being produced, and in the fourth house is you know what I'm saying, it's not the fifth house, you know what I'm saying, but it leads to the fifth house because it is protection, nurturing, garnishing your maternal energy. You are caring and loving for your partner during this interaction and things of that nature, and what's private and what is traditional, and a new way to feel about tradition, because you don't have to rebel against tradition. You can generate a new feeling or a new emotion, and that emotion, the energy behind it, is what changes the heck no. It's what changes. No joining this live. This is one of those. You can join after the video, after I break down. Yeah, I ain't lose my train of thought. Shout out to you. I love you. Thank you for wanting to join. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. I appreciate that. For real, for real. Let me take my shoes off. And with the Capricorn in the fourth house, this is using your tradition, using your status, because this is like one of those Hallmark movies. In a small town, you utilize a tradition, or being the face of a tradition, or the status and the representation and the status quo of tradition, right? So that's where the moon was at work, with our dreams, imaginations, and delusions. So what was your status? Was it a self initiated, like a new status for your dreams, imagination, and delusion, or were you being used to serve someone's status, and you had your own way of standing on business and a building block in the dreams, imaginations, and delusions, and this other person has that? So that's where the networking comes into play with the Pluto and Aquarius. So that moved us into a moon in Aquarius. I have a moon in Aquarius, 6 degrees, right? First decan, things of that nature. So moon in Aquarius, sun in Pisces, we were associating or disassociating from our dreams, imaginations, and delusions. And when you're associating, you're rubbing shoulders. So you can take a piece of appreciate the follow, Hannibal, Hannibal. Anyway, yeah, you can associate or disassociate or rubbing shoulders. So Aquarius are good about. Let me step over here. We're amazing at being the chameleon. So that's what makes it the next, not the last. You know what I'm saying? Not the baby of the family, but the next to last. So not the middle child, but still, like each one surprised. Anyways, y'all into a tangent about siblings, but Aquarius it knows how to manipulate and take a piece of. It's the water bearer, so it's going to take a piece of its dreams or imagination and then make it fit in certain different associations to see what works, and it's unique and original. So it can just switch up on one association, take a piece from this association, put it in this association, take a piece from that association and put it in that association, and things of that nature. So the moon in Aquarius, and Mars and Venus and Pluto in Aquarius, so with compromising. I like this Venus in Aquarius because you're compromising and relating a fixed mentality. It's your fixed mentality. So yeah, it's a potential for you to present an idea and want to compromise, but you still want to compromise on the polar shift to where it benefits you, or in the way that something is being rebelled against, or something is being transformed against. Pluto and Aquarius, and having the passion. So if your relationships or your way of compromising is not being met, like having the expectation, but having it in disguise. Like I had this quote I generated myself through a meditation. The quote goes like, I am hope in the veil of pride. So I am hope in the facade of pride. So at the heart of the situation, you have hope for humanity or something. But you move forward with your integrity. But where you place your integrity is what can either turn it into pride, you not accepting help, or you being in the veil itself, being lost in the light itself. Like the hope projecting a sense of naivety. So I feel like naivety is hope and pride. I'm sorry about that. So that's where I feel like naivety is hope and pride conjoined. So your passion and your way of relating your dreams and imagination, and Venus is the depositor of Pisces, but you have the Sun, Saturn, Neptune, and Mercury there, right? So your way of communicating is going to be plunged into the waters that Aquarius is releasing. So Aquarius the moon got fixed on its own. Way of thinking in trying to compromise. So you have got to look to Pisces energy for that, because that is the depositor. And even if it works to the good and bad, it's all God, possibility, spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying God, like, we don't even have to call out the bullshit. Like, the God that created this earth, this universe, is not a God. It's a snake-like being. It's a creature. It's a demiurge. It's in its own bubble. It's in its own world, the same way that we are in our own world. But we don't call ourselves gods of everyone else's world just because we created our own reality. You know what I'm saying? We are the God because our own reality affects others, and we have that choice whether it's a positive or effective percentage level. So to a percentage level, teamwork makes the dream work. So this thing, when I say God, I'm not talking about all the beautiful energy. We are the gods that generate the beautiful energy, the chemistry, the things like that. Like, even when, like, how this is how you know, like, you merge your solar plexus and your chakra and your root chakra all together and make one new unique chakra, a new feeling, a new emotion, a new way to look at something that's separate from the chakras of this universe, of the planets. Like, you're not governed by that. You have your own mind, but you have your own mind. You went and dug that out. You mined it for yourself. It's your own mind. That deserves a wand. I cared about being seen, but that deserves a wand. We're gonna charge this up right now. We have our own mind. We mined. We went into the depths. We went into the earth and mined and crafted and crystallized. The way someone crystallized you, the way someone put your energies together and instilled and put their heart and soul and make sure that I got the right one when I needed it, when it was necessary, when it was belonged, when it was abundance, when the time was right and then the time went left. You know what I'm saying? The time that's circumstantial, circumferential. You know what I'm saying? Pegasus, we are communicating fiercely, strongly, determinedly, with strong intellect, with spirit guides, with ancestral outer body previous communications that went beyond just words and symbols and internet things like that. Words that went into frequency and vibration, reading one another's mind, sharing one another's food, touching one another's food, communicating the vibration and frequency of the groundedness of touching the earth, of the fingers in the dirt, in the swamp, in the dirty places, in the muggy places, in the muddy places, not knowing, but trusting the process, trusting the earth, trusting the ground, trusting the fertility, trusting the resources, trusting all possibilities, trusting in the self, having the capabilities. This energy is a protector, a sword, a transmuter, a nullifier of any draining, of any deceptive, of any beautiful, immaculate light that is deceptive, that's a false light, that is a false glamour, piercing any illusion, piercing any false illusion that does not serve myself, any penetrating any false illusion that does not serve my family, and family is power. transmuting any illusion or disillusionment, transmuting any disillusionment that knocks us off our kilter, knocks us off our space, knocks us off our line. Spirit guides charges energy, ancestors charges energy, higher elders, higher chiefs, elders of my elders, not the elders that conform to this racist fucking white man, fucking any doctrinate, any dogmatism, any sold out freaking things, energies, elders that did not rebel, but elders, high spirit guides, high elders in higher places, in expanded places, in expanded awarenesses. Like I said, awarenesses, not knowledge, not knowledge, but awarenesses and wisdoms and the teachings and learnings and that knowledge that is birthed, the knowledge that is working in unison with wisdom. This is a sword. This is my keeper. This is my staff. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of life. Because death is beautiful. Death is the transmutation. Death is the cycle. Death is the renewal. Death is the beauty. Death is the harmlessness. Death is the pain that changes you, transforms you, detaches you, knocks you out your body. Yea, though I walk in the valley of the shadow of life. That is confusing. That is painful. That is flesh. That is lust. That is boundless. That is limitless. That is karmic. That is cyclic. That is traumatic. That is healing. That is beautiful. That is lovely. That is, yea, though I walk through the valley. That is light. That is externalized. That is Lucifer, Satan, all the other angel of light, all the light that I'm blinded by the light. Fuck out of here. Yea, though I walk in the valley of the shadow of life, I will fear not. I will fear no evil. No evil for thy rod. No evil. I will fear no living. I will fear no life. Evil, life, living. For thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Penetrating any dreams, imagination, delusion that knock us off kilter, any individualism, penetrating any egomaniacalism, any egotisticalism, any narcissism, any projection, transmuting any projection from myself that I am projecting when I am holding this scepter, this wand, the projection that goes through. There's a time and a place to project. That's another video. There's a time and a place to project. There's a time and a place to say, oh, you're projecting. That's easy to do. That's narcissistic nowadays. I feel like you can respond accordingly. You can respond in yourself. You can respond knowing someone's projecting. There's a time and a place. There's time to use your throat chakra to say, hey, you're projecting. There's a time to use your heart chakra to love their projection, acknowledge their trauma, acknowledge their wounds that they're projecting on you, and accept them. Not as your own, but accept them from that person as an individual, depending on the circumstance, situation. If it's in your root chakra, if you're secure in yourself, if you are afraid, then be afraid. Shun away from that projection. Be fearful. Be the victim. Be the martyr. And let that person know, because they might not know what they are doing. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Be aware of the situation, not your former knowledge, not the things of the past. Be aware of your wisdom in that moment. Contacting mental health and things of that issue is not just book knowledge, book smarts. It is, but it isn't. It's wisdom, it's application, it's the interactions that lead to freaking homicides and break aparts. It's the interactions in the moment. And then you want to go look online, like, utilize your wisdom. Being the victim, being the hero, or being the villain for some person's sake is a percentage level. Know the seed that you are putting in. I just got the channeling. I just got the channeling right there. I just got the channeling. Hold on. Spirit guys are riding. Hold on. Spirit guys are riding. Channeling. New moon set intentions. That went far out. Like this, share this, comment, join. That's not compromising for that dreams. I appreciate that. Let it come from the spirit. Let it come from the spirit. From the spirit. And by that I mean people, the ego can say, I am. As a spirit, I'm observing the ego. The ego's like, I am. I'm like, no the fuck you're not. Am I. As a spirit, am I. Am the ego. Feels the ego. We put the ego first. I feel. I am. Am I strong? I am. I am. You feel it? You feel it? You feel your projection going to an image, a character? Strong. I am. Strong. Am I externalizing? Strong. Am I strong? I am. Feel. I am. Feel. Am I. Feeling. Am I. Strong. Am I. Just break that down so you know. Sorry, y'all. Freaking allergies, y'all. Got sidetracked. Moon in Mars and Venus and Aquarius, you know, passionately investing your mentality and entering a space where you know you have a fixed mentality, but you're doing it in a relatable way. You're relating to having an obsession about something and compromising that obsession for a new, unique, and original outlook. You're receiving the ability to rebel against itself, to transform. That's where the more appreciation, Aquarius appreciates the intellect. So we're appreciating and valuing the intellect that is going to our dreams, imaginations, and delusions. We are separate, and being separate, we are in our own space and bubble in dreams and illusions and imaginations and creativity, but the air is thin there. So that means the fog is thin. You walk through the thick fog and you can't see nothing, but when you drive through thin fog, you appreciate seeing the layers of your dreams and illusions vibrate across certain planes, across certain waters, across certain turns. You can see between certain curves, and you appreciate that, and you still appreciate the alluring of that energy. Now, the Moon, Mars, and Venus in Aquarius, sextiling North Node and Chiron, we are experiencing, right, our ideas and mentalities in the opportunity form that can be applied to expressing a vision, expressing a distant vision or a distant star about a wounds or a mistake that we perceive that we can make by being an individual, and it's like lighting the match, going into Taurus, and then Taurus is the product. So when you light that match in that vision, you externalize, and Aries is externalizing that energy. So it's, it has no longer control over it, or its individualism can leave it feeling vulnerable because of it might be having to, the South Node being comfortable with having to trust others. And when you trust others, and when you trust others, others return that trust in full to you, and things of that nature. So when you have that trust and you go out and do something individualistic, that's where that wound, you can expect that wound to take place, to transpire, right? And that's to set you on your North Node path. That's going to set you on your mission to express that vision in the new way that it's seen, in the new way that it is seen, and it's going through those properties. And it's majority a Pisces stellium and this Aquarius stellium. Now, Moon in Aquarius in conjunction Lilith and Virgo. So Moon, I'm putting together the Moon, Mars, and Venus is passionately compromising and willing to share a unique individual idea and rebel against certain forms of compromising or certain forms of being passionate for the thing. Like you compromising something, but you may expect something in return, so you go hard or are passionate about it. I'm not accepting any invites right now. Appreciate you for sending the invite, having the courage, you know what I'm saying? That's very generous of you. So yeah, that's what's taking place with the Aquarius transit going on in that nature right there with the sextile, and then the in conjunction to Lilith and Virgo being an embarrassing moment or over analyzing or over perfecting something. My thing is Lilith is the most gaslit because it's coming from some man's concept of God. So she is, she don't want to fall in line. She don't want to do this and do that. But that's just the karmic, chaotic, feminine, divine feminine energy going on its own way, and the potential of it to reproduce within its own self, within its own dark feeling and chaos without the structure. So it's going to its sexuality. So it's the sexuality of Virgo. So it's being peer pressured to do something that is not really comfortable with, but it's not about comfort. It's worrying about unveiling, unleashing too much, being when it's critical or self-critical, and you go into that self-criticism, then it starts to think about, oh wow, Scorpio is deep trust and things of that nature. So if it rebels too much against itself or goes too deep and it develops those trust issues and is incapable to. Shout out Coastal Cosmo for the follow. Shout out to you guys. So it's worried about rebelling against itself and its integrity and being judged the way it judges other people, right? So with Aquarius there being distant and associating with new technologies, new inventions, it's like it comes to trusting as well, because Aquarius is about society and people as a whole from a humanitarian networking, a broad space, and Virgo is very detailed and analytical, and it's about the details, the pieces that add up and make the bigger picture with boots on the ground as far as the ideas that you're already here. So what you're going to make of this situation. So then you have Aquarius squaring Taurus in Uranus and Jupiter, right? And that leads with being I had the thought about saving the life, but that leads to what you value and what you have, and the wisdom and slow and steady moving forward in your experiences with potentially others, but also it's your own security, your own circumstances, and the things that you have. But it takes associating with other people and rubbing shoulders and seeing what other people have as far as Sagittarius, sextile, Aquarius. So it's like the moral systems, but it's about the broad moral systems. As it goes up each branch, as you go up a mountain, the air gets thinner and thinner. So do those moral systems, and so do the spaciness of those. And everyone to reach that level of enlightenment, so we can all ascend together collectively into the Pisces dream imagination. But then there's nothing on the ground at that point, and then there's nothing as well to rebel against when you're too far out into space, or when you're being present in the moment with space. With that energy squaring, Taurus and Uranus, then Taurus is rebelling and finding a new way to be secure and be stable in instability, or say it has something nice and valuable, but it hasn't upgraded it because it wants to save its money, or it's upgraded something, but it hasn't installed it. That's that nature of where you should learn. It's a square, a 90-degree angle to associate, to achieve knowledge, to separate, and bring these materials up and see what lasts and what doesn't last, and what's going to last in the long run, aka Jupiter and Taurus. But since Jupiter is still in the early first decan degrees of Taurus, it's not progressed as far as Uranus is, where you're transforming without the specific third decan energy of transmuting and relieving these things. Let me get close to the camera. I am quite enjoying your personal interpretation. Straight up, because these are personal interpretations, and it's mainly the squares: Taurus, Earth, earth and water right now. And I got earth and water placement, so that may be why it feels like I could be getting washed up during this time with the new moon in Pisces. So that brings us to the new moon in Pisces, because you're associating your status from Capricorn moon and Capricorn to Aquarius, associating with your dreams and illusions with others, and rubbing shoulders with others, and associating your travels, aka sextile to Sagittarius. Sagittarius is travels, internal travels, and Aquarius is where the technology takes you via the travels, via the associations, via the places that it gets you to travel, to go to. And yeah, so then that leads us into new moon in Pisces. New moon in Pisces. Real time. Real time. Real time. Really going with the flow. We are unstable. Our emotions and our actions are aligned, so this can be too egotistical, too much into your dreams, imaginations, and illusions. When you make it a character that you think that you are this thing, that's when the Lilith in Virgo is going to, okay, she's going to unveil. She's going to release her wrath now. She's going to be super dark moon. Dark moon opposing new moon. So these two feminine vibrations that are clashing to create a new water cycle. And you know, when feminine energy clashes, it's over something petty, but you can make up later, but it takes communication, but it's going to take a mediator to get into that. So that's where we have, well, the immutable. We don't really have any immutable, but yeah, it's Saturn, Sun, Neptune, and now the moon's there. So our emotions, we need to be set. We have fragile boundaries, Saturn in Pisces, with our emotions. And our emotions are very intuitive. So we're picking up on the perceptions of others via the third decan of Pisces being either Pisces or Scorpio. So being fixated in our own dreams, imaginations, and illusions. And with the sun there, we are taking action, expressing la la land things in the form of, you know, our emotion. We are taking action, expressing la la land things in the form of, you know, our emotional other people that have the ideas. Shout out 360 Spirit for tuning in. So, you know what I'm saying? I always said so, but you know what it is. It is what it is. And dreams, imaginations, and share this. You already know. Share this with the rest of the tribe, fam. You already know. All the tribe. Everyone that's here is tribe. Shout out Hannibal. Everyone that's here is tribe. So anyways, so yeah, dreams, imaginations are delusions. We're just really flowing. Our emotions are representing the conscious collective and the inspired action that we are shining the light upon. The sun, aka Leo, is exalted in Neptune, so the sun is shining its light on the unconscious things that we are unaware of, unconscious troubles or wounds, and then we are emotionally reacting and responding to this in alignment. So it's like you're pushing for emotional attachment to a dream via what is already accumulated with the sun, what everyone's paying attention to. Election season coming up, everyone's utilizing their imagination. Nobody's taking it too serious because the words aren't hitting too hard. Everyone's utilizing their intuition, their meditations, their relaxation, and so that you can be comfortable in your dreams and illusions, so you can pop your head out and peer out and be conscious enough to know, like, you have a dream like a lucid dream. You're awake and you have control inside of your dream with the new moon. This is the intentions that we are setting to be lucid dreaming with the collective, with the sun and Saturn, to how you have control, even though it's fragile boundaries, but they're fragile for a reason, so that you easily knock them over and you realize there's still a responsibility to be handled, still a responsibility to be attained to, still a responsibility for you to move forward to, for you to get home, for you to get to the collective. That's why Poseidon has like Cyclops and the imaginary creatures down there welding weapons. What is going on in your unconscious? What is going on in your waters? What metals and tools are you welding? What, you know, is utilizing fire, is utilizing earth, is all kinds of alchemy taking place down in the depths. And so you have this energy, you know what I'm saying, opposing Lilith and Virgo as the sun transiting, and that's how that's been, with the rubbing shoulders with Aquarius, next door neighbor. Too much friction, and you start fighting over territory, you start over borrowing things with your next door neighbors. Hey, Ricky, why the hell you got the car?
Maybe if you check the group chat, you would know.
Well, it's on live, so I can't. I'm not gonna pause on live.
Oh yeah.
Weirdos.
It's because your mom would like us to clean out her car before we pick up the babies. So by me, that's you.
That's you. I cleaned it out last time.
I just picked them up. I just dropped them off and I'm coming over. So it's you.
No, you went out last night.
It's you.
Nope.
It's you.
Nope.
You're gonna clean out that nasty ass car.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, actually, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, actually, you are.
No, I'm not.
You know what the crazy thing is?
I'm on live. You know what the crazy thing is? You're on live and you choose to do this every time. This is live. I don't have time to just stop mid-conversation, start arguing with you. I'm not. He said, what interesting timing. I was talking about people being delusional.
How many people are on there? Can I say hello?
Me and my boy. No, you can't say hello. Me and my boy Hannibal in 360. Perfect timing. Everything's perfect timing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, look, see, perfect timing. So we talking about Moon and Sun and Pisces and Lilith and Virgo. People want you to just go with the flow and vacuum. I'll vacuum out anyways, but for the sake of live, I gotta be acting like I'm not. Oh yeah. We were talking about boundaries. Yeah, boundaries. And then people over too much friction, you don't be borrowing from your neighbor too much. But if the energy is too slow, you don't know what your neighbor's doing. You're minding your business, but whole time they standing on business and you standing on business, but y'all got separate business. So if something goes down on the block, then nobody's in cohesion. And then same with that. You know, it's like Aquarius is on the opposite side of Pisces. The older sibling checking on the Piscean energy, like humanity and things like that. And the Pisces is like not escapism out of a cage like Sagittarius. It doesn't see things as a cage because it feels like it's its freedom. That's really its reality. But then you got when something is about to be birthed into North Node and Chiron in Aries, Mercury on the third decan about to go into Aries. It's like it's right there, about to give birth and a spark and a pop into expression. And that expression, depending on where you're coming from, what your alignments is, it could be a mistake or a wound, or like I said, trust issues from expressing a vision. And people can interpret that vision however they want. And Aries is just going to go on like it was just something to express to get the ball rolling. But if people take that literally and then they move into the Taurus on what they have, then it's that type of timing. And I didn't mention the South Node much, but the Venus depositors, the moon's still going to be, not the moon, Mars and Venus and everything is still trining that. So feeling comfortable with bringing balance to the polar sides of things you see and things you don't see via your associations and your passions and motivations, and compromising with other people on something that everyone agrees with, or like being too far on one side, rebelling. If you're on one side, you're going to be rebelling against the other. And that's where that sextile take the opportunity to expand and express that. And depending on what side you're on, that's where you see the wound or the mistake to the ability to utilize your wisdom to teach and set people on that spiritual path. It's coming from the gift to go into opportunity. Go into opportunity. And then when the moon, about to wrap this up, part 3, when the moon transits into Aries, we're going to be expressing a new vision about an emotion that we are expressing freaking in the North Node in Chiron and a mistake. He's fucking serious.
What? I'm just grabbing my book.
No Moon transiting Aries, expressing a new emotion or a new vision or a new WWF smackdown on somebody's candy ass about your dreams, imaginations, and delusions. You're expressing a new vision. Oh, shit, I almost spit the tea. See, look, I almost spilled the tea. Spilling the tea. Spilling the tea on your dreams, imaginations, and illusion via a new vision. Having a new vision or a direction for people to interpret your dreams and imaginations and your delusions. When you're coming out of your la dreamland, at least have something presentable. At least have like a good, crazy ass, popping ass movie. Imagination we can get off of that shit. Because then the moon's gonna be sextiling. Like I just said, the moon's gonna be sextiling. Basically the same breakdown for the Mars and Venus sextiling the North Node. Just add your emotions into that. So via when the moon was in Aquarius, where you're associating your way of compromising and your passions and motivations, taking your emotions, taking the opportunity for your North Node for a mistake. Now you have your emotional connection to this mistake, so you can not just express it to get off of your chest because you're uncomfortable of holding on to an emotion and feeling. Aries, you're expressing it because you're emotionally invested into it, and you're emotionally investing the gas to allow that emotion to pop off for people to see, so that you're leading them in that direction via your way of associating and carrying or having a distant type of care, but compromising, you know what I'm saying, into Aries. And then I'm just gonna do the aspects because the quincunxes and the energies is just basically knowing thy neighbor. You know what I'm saying? You can put the pieces together. Aries and Taurus, Jupiter and Uranus, the North Node. Actually, the North Node can set you on your path that's uncomfortable to you, or that seems unfamiliar and the unknown. And when you expand it to your own or projected vision of something that you don't know, Aries doesn't matter if you don't have the knowledge or the wisdom. You're taking action, and that vision is going to inspire action, and that vision will inspire action because if someone sees a commercial, aka Taurus, if Taurus sees a commercial from older brother Aries, and it looks at what it has and how secure and stable it is what Aries projecting going to enhance, draw? Is it going to add value? Is it going to depreciate when it leaves the market, or appreciate in general? So that's where that's going with the next door, kids next door like energy. You know what I'm saying? Number one, number two. For real though. But Pluto in the North Node is extreme transformation and taking power control over your associations and how the association and whom in the group has the best interest and who doesn't, who's just a weasel. Because you can be associated and you know how much to gauge on the percentage level, utilizing that square to Taurus, your previous experiences with stability and revolting and revolutionizing security and sense and stability. Because to change the mind, you start with the behavior. To change the mind, you change the action. So you start changing the way you're associating or rebelling or being unique, which of course is good at. Then you can change the minds, and that can be pointed towards someone that's standing out, that's making a mistake that can learn from, that can hurt them, but they can still find new association. You can get them the fuck out of your circle because you're passionate about that shit, right, Mars? Or what else? I might be a trickster spirit by nature and frequently tune into family-friendly channels. See, the weasel and the associations that need to be weeded out. That's what I'm talking about. AKA, though, I'm Aquarius moon, so I relate. I might be, you expect to see somebody that relates. I relate. How the folklore is the two wolves are inside of us. That's me. But except for wolf, it's a fox. It's like the kitsune. Aquarius is associated with fox. If you didn't happen to know that, would you happen to have any Aquarius placements? Because as an Aquarius moon, I get that trickster, fox-like kitsune or no kitsune energy. I know. All right. But yeah, that's all I got for the trilogy, for the face, for looking at the past. And look to the past, you know your future. I never really finished my tea. I finished my tea. But thank you all for tuning in and joining. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the likes. I'll catch y'all around on the next one. Peace.